Should I invest in an ISA or a SIPP? This is one of the most common questions I get asked. Now, the answer could save you tens of thousands of pounds in your lifetime. Some people would choose an ISA because they love the flexibility, while some people would choose a SIPP because of the tax relief. Now, what if I told you that you don't need to choose one or the other? It depends on your personal circumstances. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the key differences between the ISA and a SIPP so that you can make the right decision. If you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I share information about pension, taxes, retirement, investing, remote work, anything that has to do with money. This is your go-to channel. I will keep giving you updates every week. I'll try my best to drop 3 videos a week and ramp it up because there's a lot that we can learn. I wish many people have videos like this that would help other people. And without wasting time, let's get into this video. If you have never heard of an ISA or a SIPP before, I'll explain what it's all about. Now, your ISA stands for Individual Savings Account, while your SIPP stands for Self-Invested Personal Pension. This is what people use to build wealth in the UK. You cannot build wealth without them because they are tax relief tools. I told you guys that when it comes to your money in the UK, almost everything is taxed. So if any account would save you from paying taxes, then you should be using it and you should start early. Both accounts can be opened by anybody who is 18 and above. There are junior ISAs and junior SIPPs that you can open for your child from the day they were born. It's so easy to do that, but we are going to concentrate on the adult option. Now, for both accounts, they offer a form of tax benefits. I'm going to go into that. First of all, let's talk about the differences between these two accounts. Now, the maximum you can put in a SIPP is £60,000, while the maximum you can put in an ISA is £20,000. Now, it depends. There are some factors that would limit the amount you can put in your account. It is £60,000 or 100% of your relevant UK earnings, whichever is lower. If you earn above 60,000, you can put £60,000 in a tax year. But if you earn below that, whatever your UK earning is, that is the max you can put in that tax year. Now, when it comes to backdating it, that's carrying cash forward, you can do that for a SIPP. What do I mean by that? For your SIPP, you can backdate to 3 previous tax years and bring it forward. So you can put £240,000 in a tax year because you did not take out your allowance for the previous 3 tax years. As for your ISA, you cannot do that. Now, for your ISA, there are different types of ISAs. We have your lifetime ISA, your cash ISA, and your stocks and shares ISA. The total and the max you can put in all of them is £20,000 together. Remember that the maximum you can put in your lifetime ISA is £4,000. The maximum you can put in your cash ISA from the 6th of April 2027 is going to be £12,000. And it depends on what you want to do. If you want to put everything in your stocks and shares ISA, that is absolutely fine. Every year, your allowance just gets reset. So when is the 5th of April 2026 or 2027, 2028, 2030, it doesn't matter the year you are in, it automatically resets such that any allowance you had from the previous year, you cannot carry it forward. That's one key thing you need to be aware of. Another thing you need to know is that there is tax relief if you use your SIPP. For every £80 you put in your SIPP, the government will put £20. Now, if you are classified under the higher tax bracket, then you can apply for self-assessment and they will give you whatever it is. Some people say you can call HMRC and they will just pay you whatever the top up is, and they will send that money directly to your bank account. So that's the special type of package that you have with your SIPP. Now, when it comes to your ISAs, that's a different ball game. It's already been taxed before you put it in your account, and so the government will not give you anything. But note that anything you put in your ISA is tax free. You can withdraw it at any time. But for your SIPP, they have the tax relief, which is your rebate, and you cannot withdraw it until you clock 55. But the government is trying to push the time to 57 from the 6th of April 2028. So watch out for that. Some people use these accounts to plan their retirement and wealth building. Some people plan to retire when they clock 55 or 57. I'm going to make a video explaining to you that bridge. There's this 10-year bridge between the time you can use your SIPP and the time when your state pension kicks in when you clock 67. I'm going to make a detailed video. Just watch out for that. That's why I said subscribe to my channel. Now, for your SIPP, it's important for you to note that most platforms will not allow you to buy single stocks with your SIPP. Remember, it's called self-invested personal pension, which means that you are in control of the tools or the investments that you buy with your pension. Unlike when you have your workplace pension, you don't know what they're doing there. Sometimes the returns are just 3%, 2%, or 5%. It's not as much. But with this one, you can control it. So some platforms like the Trading 212 I use, I'll put the referral link in the comments. They will tell you that you can only buy exchange traded notes, exchange traded funds. So ETFs, ETNs, and ETCs. So anything that looks like a single stock, they do not allow it there. While for your stocks and shares ISA, you can buy single stocks, you can buy a lot of things. Also note that for your ISAs, you can withdraw money anytime and there is no charge, there is no tax that you need to pay. For your SIPPs, you must pay taxes on any money you withdraw. So if you start withdrawing at the age of 57, you need to plan accordingly so that you don't get pushed to the higher tax bracket. So you can withdraw some money and plan it very well. That's what people do. People use their SIPP to retire early so that they can pursue their purpose. It doesn't mean that they are no longer working. Some people are still working, but they are not working for 12 hours a day or anything too strenuous that will affect their health. They are pursuing their purpose, they're doing what they love to do, and they're enjoying their retirement. You've seen people enjoy their retirement online, so that is what people actually do. Now, which of these do you think you would prefer? I would say open both of them. Both of them are relevant. Your ISA is when you need money, you want money for a project, and you can also save and invest for retirement in the long run. Your cash ISA is an option for something that is more stable, risk-free, especially when you are getting close towards the time you are going to retire. You don't want your money in a product or a stock that went down, and if you sell, you're going to lose. Remember, it's when you sell that is when you have lost. Owning one stock is one stock, or one share is one share. Nothing changes. It's just the price or the value of that particular product, and the market goes up and down. It's a natural rhythm. I say natural. It's a natural rhythm. If you plan all your investments properly, you will retire when you should, because you planned way ahead of time. Like I said, these two tools, no wealthy person in the UK builds anything without using them. If you make a lot of money in a short period of time, taxes would wipe a huge chunk of your money. You already know the different tax brackets. Another thing is, if you put your money in a company, we know that you have dividends, you have your personal allowance, which you can take as salary. But when it comes to long-term wealth building, it involves a lot of planning, retirement planning, and that is what I encourage everybody to do. Go and find out what your FIRE amount is. Financial independence, retire early. Find out what that figure is and work backwards. Work towards having that so that you can retire in peace and no stress about money, mortgages, or any other thing like that. If you like videos like this, please like my video. And if you have any information that you feel I have missed in all these things I've listed. Please write it in the comments. Let everybody learn from each other. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.